This week on Not Another Shooting Show.
I can't reload.
I mean, you taste the round.
Have the deer gotten bigger?
I have some bad news to announce.
He had the sticky bomb at one point.
And do husband-wife things. He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. We go... Fuck. God damn it. This fucking website... got like, please shut your ad blocker off. Please shut your ad blocker off. God damn it. I had it open and it was there, and then it pulled that up. We go to Ansonia, Connecticut, Jeff, where a local man was riding a stolen motorcycle, lost control of it when he got a phone call and crashed on the street. His name is Marcice Glover. He's 44. He was charged with larceny of a motor vehicle, criminal possession of a pistol, failure to obtain a serial number, operating under suspension, distracted driving, and failure to drive right. Which is like my favorite crime in this whole list. Failure to drive right. Like,
I didn't know that was a law.
I think right means correctly. I don't know. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, what was all this stuff with the pistol, though? Police said they found a 9mm handgun with no serial number in his possession. So he was riding a stolen motorcycle with a pistol without a serial number, and then got a phone call and thought it would be a good idea to answer a phone call on a motorcycle. Well done. Well done.
Well done.
Well done. He posted a $150,000 bond and is due in court next week.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's actually that. It's like the 10% or whatever.
Still,
bail bonds.
15 grand. Damn.
Yeah. Anyway. Well done. So, let's see. Go back up here. Jeff, you practiced, or you pretended to practice. Here's the thing. You're a liar. I found out from Steven you're a liar. You practice weekly. Like, you practice more than me. You try to say you don't really practice, but you practice.
I don't. And Steven.
What does he do every Sunday morning with Lane? Drink.
Steven is a damn liar. Drink. But I don't know. Like, I feel like I am not putting in the work because I'm not dry firing, and like, especially since June, I was even talking to Lane today, drink, and we both kind of acknowledged that once June was over, we don't hit Sundays as often or as hard as we used to. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, because like our season's over. Other than Iowa, like. There's no.
Well, what do you mean your season's over? You didn't even go to nationals,
right? But like, with no Area 3, no.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
None of like the main stuff to work towards. Like after June, it was like, okay, I guess see you in September, and so when September ends, and so yeah, I don't feel like I practice because I don't dry fire. I was live firing, but that has even kind of fallen off. And when me and Lane train together nowadays, we talk way too much. We're two giant history nerds with all of the autism. And so if you would like to hear about the Austrian disposition at the beginning of World War I and why that was a negative towards the outcome of the war, hang out with us. If you do not want to talk about that, I don't recommend our training sessions. I recommend you go train with Steven because he keeps everyone focused. So we weirdly ended up with like a large training group today. We had 6 people at any given time. So first it was me and Lane, and we bullshitted until everyone else showed up. And then Owen, Steven, and our buddy Andy, they set up a stage on Bay 3. Me and Lane had what's the one with 4 targets and 2 barrels? Where you like track the A zone. That's the one.
Oh yeah,
track the A zone, but Lane had to make it harder by varying the heights of the targets, so you weren't really tracking them. You had to find them.
Oh yeah.
Because Lane never makes anything easy. And so we ended up like running the stage. I think I ran it 4 or 5 times maybe, but I can't reload apparently.
No, I knew that. I could tell you that.
Yeah, so I had a lot of high primers, so they were mocking me, thinking I
that
had.
kind of reload, not putting a magazine in your pistol.
Oh yeah, no, my reloads are solid. But I I apparently loaded all of this wrong, and so I was just double strike after double strike. And of course, all the nitwits in the back are like, "Oh, look at your trigger freeze, trigger freeze." I don't trigger freeze, I don't. But
But I suck at reloading ammo.
but I suck at reloading, so I gotta learn how to make my 1050.
Wait.
put the
How is this
primer in.
possible? You have an extended firing pin. It shouldn't matter. It still pop it, right?
On the second pull, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the primers are just too hard. Giggity. I'm not 100% sure. So practice was going fine. I get a little too when there's a lot of people around, and especially as people are like getting close to my skill level or surpassing my skill level, I start doing dumb shit like trying to drive way too hard. So I don't know how much actual like good quality I get out of it, but it was fun until my guns broke. So the first one broke without me noticing it, but it got changed out because it needs a good cleaning anyways. So I broke out my second practice gun. So screw all of you who say I have too many Shadow 2s. And I was shooting the track the A zone drill, like no problem. And then on my like second or third run, the gun wouldn't go into battery. Like it was like completely locked up, and it did it 3 straight rounds. And I'm like, okay, I get 1 round, but like 3, there's something wrong here. So I fully disassembled it, and I could see like brass shavings. In the chamber. And so,
so apparently you do need to clean your guns once in a while.
Apparently.
Okay. Yeah.
So luckily, my buddy Owen actually comes to the range prepared, and so he had a brass brush that I could use to clean out the barrel of that one. And so like I got that one cleaned up, and I was like, oh, well, I'll get the other one out. And when I pulled that one out with the hollow sun that I put on it, I realized that one of the screws had fallen out.
Of the dot?
Yep. And I blew Loctite at them, but apparently I need to clean them better, or like Joel was explaining how I need to like light them on fire and cover them in acetone and stuff like that to get it prepared.
That seems extratistic to me, but I will clean them with like rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
And brass, I'll take some like copper, it's not steel wool. It's like copper, like pan brushy thing for cleaning copper pots and pans, like, and use that to kind of clean them up too. And I don't get them perfect because, I figure a little bit of extra texture is just going to help.
Exactly.
Help it grip.
Right. But this is my first time using blue Loctite, and it doesn't work, so I might go back to red.
Not on the dot. Don't use red on the dot.
Why? It works for my other guns. Oh.
I guess if you're never taking them off, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well, even if you just use like muscles, you can just break the red Loctite. Like you just, I don't know.
Well, usually in my experience, the screw breaks before the Loctite does. That's why.
Oh, I have not had that.
Oh.
Well, I've had that with one of them that needs to be drilled out. But yeah, so I broke 2 guns in about 4 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was frustrating. Luckily, one of them I was able to clean it out and get it put back together. But my practicing kind of petered out by then. The ammo issues really annoy me. But Joel asked if I wanted him to bring his suppressors because I was thinking about getting suppressors, and I was like, of course, bring suppressors. I would like to try them. And so Steven also brought his because he has the RC2 and Joel has the RC3.
I don't even know what those are.
I don't either. I think they're Surefire or something because
government pricing suppressors. Yes.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, they're $1,300.
Yeah. So he let me shoot I shot Steven's suppressed non-flow through first and ended up coughing up a lung because of all of the gas blowback. And then I shot the flow through, and I was like, oh, this is why.
Yeah.
I got like it makes perfect sense now. Like if I do end up getting a suppressor, I'm getting a flow through. Like it makes perfect sense like why you would want it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want lung cancer due to suppression.
Yeah. And when you're left-handed, it's just that much worse.
Oh, I bet. Oh God.
I
Yeah.
mean, you taste the round every time it goes off. It's the only time I've ever shot a suppressed rifle that wasn't was when we had my buddy Tyler on. We were talking about suppressors, and his honey badger with whatever can it was not a flow through, but man, that thing was awesome. Like I forgot, like, oh, is this a piston gun? No, or I guess it is a piston gun. I'm not sure if it's piston or not.
That makes sense.
But yeah, the piston guns, then you don't have the gas literally coming right back at you. So
Right.
But they're outside of like the actual HK 416s, they're finicky.
Right.
I guess the one Brownells makes, what is it, the AR 180 or something like that?
Yeah.
I've heard that's pretty good.
Yeah, because that I think is a piston gun, or like the action uses the gas differently. I don't remember now.
I'm pretty sure it's a piston.
Yeah, I think you're right, because
or the BRN 180. That's what it is.
Yeah, because it's the AR 180, but
Yeah.
modernized or whatever.
Yeah, short stroke gas piston operating system.
Yeah, so it
That's
was
another
fun
way of avoiding that is have a piston upper.
right? But those are heavier and more expensive or something.
Yes.
I don't know.
All of it.
I'm an idiot when it comes to this stuff. And apparently, so Joel recorded a video of it if you would like to see my big ass shooting a suppressor and also causing a double feed in his rifle.
How did you cause a double feed in his rifle?
I short stroked the charging handle, and so it threw the round up, and for some reason I racked it again and grabbed the next round, and it was trying to push up into it, and so yeah, I'm an idiot.
Okay.
And so he posted the video, and he goes, by the way, you're going to piss off a lot of people. And I was like, that's not uncommon for me, but I shot 2 suppressors from the same company. How can that be? Literally the first comment was like, there's cheaper ways to do that. And then the next one's like, oh, if you try to shoot a modern suppressor, you don't need to worry about flow through. And I'm like, what? I'm so confused. I thought these were modern suppressors. I'm so confused.
Yeah. No, the internet has a lot of opinions on it's a whole other thing. It's almost like 2011 bros. It's probably it might even be worse.
Well, it's flashlight bros and knife bros and ammo bros and like caliber bros. Like every time
caliber bros are the dumbest. They are 100% the dumbest, because caliber is such a. First off, what are you shooting?
Right.
Like, that is the most important characteristic. What am I shooting? I'm shooting an elk. Okay. 6.5 Creedmoor. Sorry, not a good round for that.
Right.
You can. There's a lot better. Hell, a 30-06 is way better than a 6.5 Creedmoor, especially if you're going to be like, I'm going to shoot it at long range with a 6.5 Creedmoor. Oh, so you're basically going to shoot it with a 223 at 50 yards is what you're telling me.
Right.
Like, that'll be the effect on the animal when it hits it, you know.
And then you're going to lose it in the brush.
Right. Fucking idiots.
Well, and like I run into that scene because every time a YouTuber pops up with, oh, check out, what is it, 8.6 like something, or
oh yeah, there's a new
it's like suppressor friendly that's like more powerful than a 300 blackout.
It's the blackout, 8-something blackout, 8.6 blackout.
Yeah, 8.6 blackout. And then you get to the long range bros with like, okay, so like 300 legend versus like 308 legend, but and you're like, huh?
The long range guys are not using the 350 legend.
True. Right. Sorry. I was actually kind of like, no one talks to me about calibers, and my brain goes, I can't even picture what the difference is on these because I like you said,
just add PRC to a number and that'll be fine.
Right, exactly. And like most of the calibers end up being just like 1930s calibers that they've refound.
Well,
but
not really. No, because a lot of the older calibers are not capable of shooting the more modern, sleek, high BC bullets is sort of the difference. Like, someone on the internet was trying to say how my 6mm Creedmoor was a lot cooler the first time around when it was the 243 Winchester, but you can't really shoot a bullet over 80 grains in a 243, like maybe 80 or 85. With the 6mm Creedmoor, you can go up to like 110 and shoot much longer, sleeker bullets that are going to buck the wind better, you know?
Yeah, but I think the part of it that like my brain kind of shuts it down is I hear a lot of this conversation from a lot of guys who don't actually shoot.
Well, there's that, yeah.
And so it's like, right. And so it's like, what are the 3 rounds that have taken more animals in the United States? Probably 308, 30-06, and 30-30?
270.
270
has been around a long damn time.
Right. Are any of those failing to like have the deer gotten bigger? Like we just got mutant deer now that they're like, okay, they got body armor, they've got mech suits. Like we need 50 cals, we need armor piercing.
Yeah.
But like
the 270 Winchester has been putting deer in the dirt for 99 years and it's still doing just fine. So
right, and so it's autists looking for a reason to play around with their toys and be like, ooh, I think I found something that's 1.25% better at this one exact scenario that I'm never actually in.
Yeah. Which this is a great segue into the next topic. Were you done with the suppressors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's a thread on Reddit that Jeff found that was posted today. This guy is talking about his EDC ammo change is the name of the post. And he has posted a box of Fort Scott Munitions 9mm TUI carry gun or carry bullets. They're tumble upon impact. Solid copper. I guess they're patented and they're supposed to tumble when they hit. So they do all kinds of damage.
And they have unbelievable performance.
Unbelievable performance is one of the things the box says. And he says, for the past 6 months, I've been carrying these, and I've considered changing out my carry ammo, and I was wondering what everyone uses. And, of course, it's a lot of My favorite comment is Federal HST 124 standard pressure. Brr. And then the guy goes, I personally use HST, but between wait, that wasn't the one I wanted. Where was it? Oh yeah. I carried Hydroshock back in the day and then switched to HST when they came out. Isn't that the same fucking bullet?
Yep, they fell for the marketing.
Yeah, it's the same bullet. They just renamed it. Well, I'm pretty sure.
Right. And like these conversations happen literally every day on this sub, and it's like, all right, so like here's these zombie rounds that are supposed to penetrate like six steel plates before they like expand and stop immediately. Like, is this the next greatest thing? And no, we have figured out. And but again, the splitting of hairs, because the first comment on this thread is Federal HST 124s. Perfect answer. Next person says, also you can get Gold Dot or Critical Duty, but then he crossed out Critical Duty because someone gave this paragraph like Critical Duty isn't good in subcompacts. Critical Defense works better in short barrels from 9mm, blah blah blah. And you're like, you guys are splitting cunt hairs here. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, you didn't even get into the Sig V crown, but like, none of you are shooting nobody. Like, I'm just going to throw that out there. Like 99.9% of concealed carry people or like self-defense people will never shoot someone.
No.
And so the actual effectiveness of your ammo doesn't matter that much.
But I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm not actually defending the ongoing stupidity of this, but it is kind of. I guess I wonder less about this just because I have experience with shooting living things.
Right.
And so I've seen what bullets do. And so when I see a really fast bullet designed to expand really fast, like I have an idea of how that bullet's going to perform. You know, it's going to slow down really fast. It's probably going to stay inside the critter or bad guy, and it's going to do a shitload of damage. You know, it's going to cause a big wave of pressure. And a big, heavy bullet that has to be going really fast to expand because it's a really tough, bonded bullet, well, they don't expand. And if that's what if you're shooting an elk, that's a good thing. If you're trying to protect yourself from a guy trying to stab you in a parking lot, that's less of a good thing. Now, whatever you got is fine, you know, unless you're in New Jersey where they don't allow hollow points. Otherwise, it's just whatever, you know.
Right.
If all I got is FMJs, if all I got is blue bullets in my carry gun, the bad guy's getting shot with blue bullets.
Right. Like, people seem to forget that Full Metal Jackets have killed
more
vast majority of human beings in the history of bullets.
You know, I wonder, like, when there's like all these shootings in Chicago or wherever, like, what are the bullets that are usually getting used? I would bet they're FMJ.
Yeah, 100%. They go to the store and find the cheapest ammo they can find, or it's the cheapest ammo that was stolen with the gun. Because statistically, the vast majority of gun owners probably got some Blazer 115s that they loaded their magazine with because, you know, whatever. And so when it got stolen with Blazer 115s, and that's just what they use. Like, and going back to like the conversation around like the minute differences, I remember one of the defensive instructors basically being like, just use whatever your local police department uses or what the FBI uses, because
that's what the FBI uses. Hornady critical duty.
Hornady critical duty.
135 plus P.
Right. And like, you can go to ask any police officer. It's one of the three. It's HST, gold dot, or critical whatever
duty.
And and so if you're worried about anything, they're more likely to have to shoot someone than you, and so they've thought about it, or they've tested it and been like, yep, this is fine, like this will do what we need it to do. And bullet placement is drastically more important than the 0.01 millimeters of expansion extra per shot.
Yes. We're getting into so many things that I want to expand upon, but we're also planning on recording the hunting episode tonight. So I'm resisting the temptation to do so. I've already brought up hunting a couple of times. So
yes.
But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure you don't try to use it forever, because sooner or later bullets start getting pushed into cases. We talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, if you rack them a lot, but this is another one of those silly things that people talk about with ammo is they're like, oh, this ammo's been sitting on the shelf for a year. Is it good to go?
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Yes, it's fine. You'll be fine.
As long as you didn't store it underwater, you know, then it'll be fine.
Even then, I don't know.
Well, it depends on the container it was in.
Right.
You know? Like, I saw a YouTube video one time. This guy was testing how watertight an ammo can would be. He put a bunch of ammo and a pistol, as if it were like a cache, in the pond at his place. Yep. And like put it underwater for a year. And then he went back a year later and did the follow-up video, and it was perfectly dry inside.
Yep. Someone local to me was telling me a story about a guy who found an ammo ship that sank during World War II with all the sealed like 50 cal ammo cans.
Oh yeah.
And so he would dive down and like get all the cans, and then I think he ended up having like a 50, like either he had it or a buddy had like a M2 machine gun like on the registry or something, and so they'd go to machine gun shoots with ammo taken out of the 1940 made ammo that was in its sealed things at the bottom of salt water, and it ran fine.
Yeah. And I don't even know what they're sealed they're not just in the ammo can. I mean, they're not, it's not like a rifle where they coat it in Cosmoline before they ship it off. But
It might just be in the can, or it might be in cardboard boxes or whatever.
Something like that. All right. Well, patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. Just $3.57 a month, and you get, well, depending on the month, you get 4 extra episodes every month. 1 extra episode every week. We do a second episode on Friday. So patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. Match is coming up. You guys have your date dialed in for your rifle match, right?
Correct.
Down there in Omaha, it's the 20 of October? I saw the post, but I forgot what it was.
Right now my brain is not working because it's the last Sunday of the month.
It is on the Sunday, so then it's the 27th.
27th. That's
Okay.
Right.
So 27th, if you're in the anywhere within a few hours of Omaha, that will be fun. Our PCC match got called off yesterday because no one signed up for it. And then I started getting text messages. I wasn't running it, but I started getting text messages from people like, hey, I can't find the PCC match. Yeah, because they canceled it because no one signed up. There were 6 dudes who signed up. And then there was all these people who wanted to sign up late, but they didn't sign up in advance. If you want to shoot a match, sign up in advance. I know if it's a match will happen, sure, go ahead, wait till the last minute. But something like a PCC match at a small club, if you plan to go, you should probably sign up.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, you have to show interest because if it's a non-standard match, you're kind of being like, is this going to happen? Is it not going to happen?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't fill up, there's no point going out and doing it by yourself. So
nope.
Be proactive, and go help set it up, help plan it.
Yes. Just go help set up. Go help set up. Go help set up. Also, our dark match is happening October 19th.
Yes.
That's a Saturday night. And the fall one is always the fun one because it starts at 6:30 instead of 8:30 because it's shortly before daylight savings time. It's too cold in South Dakota to do it before daylight savings time changes. So it ends up being an 8:30 match in the spring. But
it looks like the Omaha crew is going to be represented.
Oh, I hadn't looked. Have there been signups?
Yep. Heidi, Steven, Austin, and Nick are all coming.
Oh, sweet. That'll be awesome.
Or they're at least signed up. So we got the solid the Omaha crew represent.
I have some bad news to announce, Jeff.
Right, bro.
I'm not going to be able to defend my Iowa section title over you and Steven.
Boo. Boo this man.
I'm not punking out. I'm not pussing out. My wife got hot passes to the Kansas NASCAR race. So
I'm still booing this man.
Okay, that's fine.
NASCAR
That's fine.
and ADHD do not go well together.
I've shot lots of pistol matches, and we've never had hot passes to a NASCAR race, so I'm going to the fucking NASCAR race. And they're free.
What are those passes?
We get to walk around in the pits. We get to go wherever.
Oh, okay,
it's
that's
pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's
no,
cool.
we don't just have free tickets. I've done that. That would not be enough to get me to not go to the match.
Gotcha.
But they're hot. We get to go wherever we want, wherever a hot pass allows you to go. I'm not sure. I know it's really cool. And
okay,
the company she works for is a big NASCAR sponsor, and so, so we got hot passes and a weekend away with my wife. Huzzah! No kids.
Huzzah.
Yeah. So sorry, I'm going to the NASCAR wife or NASCAR
the NASCAR wife.
I'm going to the NASCAR race with my wife and not going to a match. Sorry, and it's for no. I can just see somebody going, "Oh, the Area 3 director is not gone because it's a Het Factor match." That is not why. I am going to go to Kansas City with my wife and go out to dinner and do husband-wife things and go to a race with hot passes. That's why.
Kansas barbecue. Woo woo.
And there's that too. Oh, dude, we were there last fall and went to a Kansas City blues and barbecue place in the middle of town somewhere. The food rating was super high, so that's why we picked it. And It wasn't in the greatest neighborhood, but once you were at the place, it was fine. Oh my God, it was so cool.
Well, that's how you know, some.
It was so good.
I saw a TikTok that it was find a restaurant with a 2-star review, and you got to read the reviews. And if the review says service horrible, food amazing, that's the place to go.
Yeah.
Like, know that the surface is going to be bad, and it's probably going to be in the sketchiest ass part of town.
Yeah.
But the food was so good that the person couldn't even give them a 1 star for how bad it was.
And these 2 old farts were up there just playing blues, just their own stuff, and it was so cool. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I'm not withdrawing until I'm probably not going to withdraw. I'll withdraw like the day before or whatever, and just in case something changes. But yeah, which is a bummer because I love shooting the Iowa match every year. It's so I've shot it every year except for one in the last like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
I think. So, all right. We had another Killdozer, this time in Hawaii. Kind of, sort of. Not exactly a Killdozer, but because it was just like a front end loader.
Yeah, he didn't turn it into like a tank. But
no,
it
wasn't. It wasn't a ridiculous tank, but a front loader, like those are big. Like I drive those almost every day, and they're freaking big.
Well, yeah, and then he put like 55-gallon drums of something in the front of the thing. So he was trying to do some damage.
Yeah. So it was this happened in Hawaii on Oahu. That's the same island that Honolulu is on. This guy rammed into the side of a partially collapsed carport. And this is like at the end of a rural road. And then there's this building where they all rent it out for like parties or whatever. It's been this like neighbor dispute going on for a while.
Yeah.
The home, which is tucked down the dead-end street surrounded by farmlands and mountains, is now the site of one of Hawaii's deadliest shootings. Police cordoned off the area last weekend after the killings, and not a single car was there by Tuesday afternoon. The violence, which started as a dispute between neighbors and ended up with 4 people dead, including the shooter, left the West Side community reeling. I'm going to skip down to details here. So, it started last Saturday night, or 2 Saturdays ago when this comes out, over a party being hosted on 58-year-old Hiram Silva's property in a structure he rented out known as the Silva Dome. Around 11:15, Silva drove the tractor into the home's carport before opening fire. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hiram Silva's property. This sounds like... Oh, okay. So a resident of this home, whose name was Richard Carnate, he was standing in the driveway after Silva drove the tractor into the home's carport before opening fire, killing 3 women and wounding 2 others. Then the resident of the home next door was this Richard Carnate, and he was standing in the driveway at the time. He shot and killed Silva with a handgun, according to police. After the police arrived, Carnate was arrested on suspicion of murder in the second degree and released about 20 hours later, pending the investigation. Now, this story was brought up originally in our Reddit, reddit.com/r/NASS. The guy that posted it used to live in Hawaii, and his whole point in this was like he automatically got arrested because he shot someone in self-defense. And yeah, that kind of sucks because from what I've read in the news, this looks like it's justified because the guy was still trying to bash down the house with a loader and still had the gun.
Right.
And so if all those are still the facts, then yeah. I was even reading up on Hawaii self-defense law, and even though it's not a stand your ground state, like the whole duty to retreat thing is not as dutiful as it sounds. Everybody likes to overblow it, like you have to run away before you can defend yourself. That's not true. The way it's phrased, I read it, it said if the actor knows they can get away, meaning like there is a clear-cut escape.
Right.
Well, this guy could have, but the people he was defending could not.
Right.
And he had gun in hand. He's already shooting. Like that's pretty much like chance to like you could try to run away, but then he can shoot you in the back. You know.
Yep.
So they had not filed any charges yet. They had arrested him. He was eventually released because just about every state has a law where after 48 hours you have to be released if charges are not filed.
Yeah.
It's not just a TV thing on NCIS. It's actually it's a law in my state, and I looked at a few other states, and they all have that same thing. If there's no charges, they can be arrested on that suspicion without a warrant, and then the DA or state's attorney, whatever they call it in that state, has to file charges, or they have to be let go. So
right,
and they're still investigating because it's like, good God, what the hell happened here? And
right,
that takes time.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people imagine like self-defense as this cut and dry system. And I responded to the thread because the guy on our thread was kind of being like, oh, why is this guy getting arrested, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, well, we don't really know the story. Like, I get that we know that he did this horrible act, but like, was there instigation from the other party? Like, someone doesn't just like hop in their dozer because they're like, you know what? Screw those people.
Yeah. Like,
they have not done something to me recently, but screw those people. So, and there's been several shootings where it's two neighbors hating on each other, and I don't know. There was the one, I want to say in Costa Rica, where it was like the husband and wife, two husbands and wives, and like one husband like walks over and punches the other one, and the other one like pulls his gun and shoots him like 8 times, and you're like,
sounds like Puerto Rico,
right? And you're like, okay. That was not self-defense, but the dude's like, oh my God, he was coming at me. And so I was just trying to bring up that, like, you can be arrested, you can be detained for basically anything.
Yeah.
Like if there's a scuffle at a bar and you were in the area, you can all be put in cuffs to be like, hey, like, what happened here, until they figure out. And I mean, like, the dude did shoot and kill a dude. Like,
yeah,
you do kind of want the cops to be like,
well,
let's double check everything before we just like let you go.
And what JDM_27 was trying to say was that, like, the thing he was really pointing out was this clip of the spokesman for the police department said, if you shoot someone and they die, or you shoot and injure someone, you're going to be arrested. Right. Now, the thing is, that may be how it's just how it's done in Hawaii. That's what the DAs have instructed police officers to do. Like, if someone shoots someone, arrest them, because we need to investigate and find out if charges need to be filed. Yeah. And now in South Dakota, that's not how they're going to do it. You know, if they think there is cause to charge, then they probably will. They'll be charged before the 48 hours is up. But
right, but will they? I think my question would be: would they still be arrested preemptive? Like, just like a, hey, we got to arrest you.
I mean, they're not
before...
not gonna. I mean, they may be. I would have to ask somebody who works at a police department here, but from just the incidents that have happened and the ones that I've read about that have happened in my city and elsewhere in the state, for the most part, if it's simpler because it is a stand your ground state. So but this would be complicated even in my state where it's a stand your ground state, because the totality of the circumstances matters.
Correct.
So if before this happened, the guy who killed Killdozer said, if you ever come anywhere near me, I'm going to fucking kill you. Okay? That could change things.
Right.
Now, what he did was actually attack first, that doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't have the right of self-defense then, especially since he's already killed 3 people.
Right. There, as we said before, like a self-defense situation,
they're messy.
They're messy and ever changing. So I think I was mainly responding to people kind of attacking Hawaii as this, like, oh, like out of control, blah blah blah. And I'm like, if there's a self-defense shooting, you should expect to get arrested and taken down to the station just out of like, hey, you just shot and probably killed a guy. Like, we need to double check some shit before we're just like, all right, deuces, like, bye, have a good time. Like, so I think there are cut and dry situations where you're like especially like a home shooting where you're like, yeah, dude broke into my house. There's the broken door. Here's my ID. That, like, this is my address. I'm good. That I could see that one. You're not getting arrested. But like, if you're like, you know, outside of a bar and you weren't drinking and you had your gun and blah 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 blah. Like, I think getting arrested after killing someone shouldn't be a shock.
Well, no, but at the
I should say detained.
Detained should not be a shock. Having said that, though, like, remember the taqueria shooting in Houston last year?
Yeah.
In January? Okay, that guy left the scene of the shooting and was... I have never looked back to see what ended up happening with that guy.
I did.
We did. We talked about that on the show. The grand jury declined to indict.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It went to a grand jury and he wasn't charged.
But that one, I mean, if you're going to talk about like sketchy, like moment by moment, like we talked about before, first 6 shots, I'm totally on your side. Like, let's go. The 7th shot, personally, I support you, but legally questionable.
Well, I mean, at what point is it desecration of a corpse?
Correct. That was my favorite argument that people were making. But like so yeah, going back to the Killdozer guy, I'm glad that someone was there to handle the situation. He was apparently shooting at these 55-gallon drums in like the bucket. So like this was a murder suicide from the sounds of it. So that's where I'm wondering like what set it off.
The original story I read, I didn't see anything about barrels or anything like that.
Well, the one you have linked, I
did not read that entire one. I got most of the details, but that one was much longer, and I had not quite read all of it.
Yeah, if
it had a lot more detail.
Yep. Under "This is a Massacre," people screamed as they tried to flee when Sylvia rammed several cars into the carport and began shooting. Police said Sunday that he also shot into 4 55-gallon drums on the front loader that were... This English is bad. Drums on the front loader that were carrying an unknown type of fuel. So he had these like 4 barrels.
It's funny they keep the reporter keeps calling it a front loader all the way through the story.
Yep.
It didn't become a backhoe in the middle. Just call it a loader.
Right.
Just call it a Killdozer. That's what it really was. Yeah. No, it's an interesting story. It was interesting though, like reading Hawaii's self-defense law. Their castle doctrine law, pretty solid. If someone's in your house, it's not, you can't shoot them through the door if they're unlawfully trying to enter, but their castle doctrine law was pretty damn good. It's outside the home where it's less good. But
I think we've talked about that before. Is like most people have a warped perception of like what states are good on self-defense and which ones aren't. And like even I was watching John Correa, Active Self-Protection, and when California pops up, he every time says like, none of you believe this, but they have really strong self-defense laws.
Yeah, no, California's not that bad.
Yeah, and so
you can get fucked over by
dumb shit,
by ambitious prosecutors,
right?
That are like trying to make a name for themselves, but the laws themselves are not that crazy. Trying to, some of the gun laws there are crazy.
Yeah, they definitely have silly laws, but like their self-defense laws are relatively good.
Mm-hmm. All right, that was a fun one. Okay, it is time once again to play our new favorite game, or at least it's my new favorite game. Name that gun. So I have 4 questions for you, Jeff.
Okay.
And I almost called you Jed because a high school buddy of mine was in my class yesterday. I did a pistol permit class, and his name was Jed. And
nice.
He brought a Smith & Wesson 5906 to class. And
classic.
Very cool gun. I really like that gun. The thing I didn't know about that gun is even an inexperienced pistol shooter can split that thing like a gymnast.
Really?
He was shooting. I mean, he was literally like putting his thumb behind the gun, and I'm fixing that. And then when we started doing rapid fire, he was splitting that thing like crazy.
Oh.
It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. All right. Here's your first question. In Saving Private Ryan, Tom Hanks appears on screen with 3 weapons. What are they?
Oh, no. M1 carbine?
No.
Thompson.
Yes. M1919A1 Thompson.
Okay.
You have to get the classic. Like, there's...
He has he has a 1911.
Yes,
of course.
Okay. Have you seen Saving Private Ryan?
Right. Yes, of course. Because he had the sticky bomb at one point. I don't know if they're classifying that.
I left out that was listed on imfdb.org, the grenades and the mortars, but no.
Yeah, when they're hitting them on the thing and then tossing them.
No, we're not talking about those.
All right. Okay. Do you use the bazooka? No.
Yes, it was the bazooka.
Oh, yeah.
M1A1 bazooka. Indeed. All right. I'm kind of proud of this question. I'm not going to lie. Mickey Rourke was the first actor to use this pistol in a feature film. What was it? Do you want to know the movie and the year?
Yes.
That's probably a fair detail I should have. Johnny Handsome in 1989.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you. 1989. That definitely helps.
I'd never heard of the movie, by the way.
For some reason, my brain was going back like 1930, so I was going to say 1911, but I'm going to go with the Glock 17.
Yes, it was the Glock 17. First feature film it ever appeared in was Johnny Handsome, 1989.
Because everyone else was carrying a Beretta.
It was in some other TV show before that, but that was the only other thing it ever appeared in before that. All right. This Smith & Wesson handgun appeared in Breaking Bad. It kind of looks like a 1911, but it has an internal safety and a black dot on the side of the slide. Can you name the model? This one's tough.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Internal safety and a black dot. Yeah, I have no idea.
It was the Smith & Wesson 945.
Okay.
If you Google it, it looks mostly like a 1911, but it's got a black dot on the side where the safety switch would be on like the 5906.
Oh yeah.
You know, that circular switch or whatever.
Yep.
Okay, that was a tough one. But I hit random on imfdb.org and that popped up and I'd never heard of it. I was like, oh, that's kind of neat.
Right.
All right. And this is not about Jeff getting them all right. This is about gun trivia. In the 2002 movie Spider-Man, the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Oh, God, I haven't seen that one in years.
3 9mm pistols appear in the film. What are they?
Beretta
92.
Glock 17.
Yes. The third one is, I'm pretty much going to give it to you at this point because the third one is kind of it's a douchey technicality.
Like a Walther or something?
No, a Taurus PT 92.
Oh.
So
yeah, no, wait.
The only way you would know the difference is the safety on the side is basically the difference.
Yeah, you'd have to pay way too much attention.
Way too much attention to notice that, yeah.
Because I am not that big of a Spider-Man fan. I haven't seen that movie in probably a decade.
There was technically 4 9mm pistols listed, but the other one was a 92. There was like a 92 FS and then like a 92F. There's a way of telling the difference other than reading the box, but
good to know.
There you go. Name that gun. I want to play this game.
Okay.
You should come up with questions sometime for me.
Yes, I will.
But like keep them reasonable, you know.
Oh yeah, they'll be completely reasonable. Don't worry.
I like doing it with it's so easy to do off IMFDB though. I love that website when I'm watching a movie. Like, ooh, what was that? You know, what was that pistol? Was that a Taurus or was that a Beretta? I don't know. Anyway, okay. So we go to the Reddit now. There were a couple of things that were posted over the last few weeks that we hadn't got to yet, and I wanted to get to them. That's a duplicate. Let me get to the other window here. Nope, that's the one we already did. Okay. 8-round courses. Fat guy with a guns. It's a great handle. Hey, Andy, 8-round courses. Parentheses. and the fact of fishing vest makes me look even fatter are the reason I rarely shoot IDPA. When I travel at least an hour for a match, I want to shoot. So he disagreed with my notion that kick-ass 8-round courses are awesome. And, well, obviously we disagree. And IDPA just looks boring as hell. I
Correct.
have no interest in doing it ever.
I think this kind of goes back to a misunderstanding of, well, probably a misapplication that match directors do is they go, oh, I need another stage. I'm just going to put an 8-rounder in there instead of putting like 2 8-rounders or 2 10-rounders. So you have like a 20-round bay. Because, I get that perception because literally we ask people at our monthly match and they're like, more shooting, more better. Like the more bullets we can fire, the happier we are. And so having 20, 30 round courses of fire, like we don't have less than that, but having 2 short courses in one bay is a great way to give people more or a varying amount of stages while not limiting the amount of rounds they get to shoot. Because for some people, a match is all the ammunition they will shoot that month.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
hey, I got a 32 round stage brief I want to read you, Jeff. Tell me what you think of this one. How does this sound?
okay.
Welcome to stage 1. No, really, there is only one target. There is one paper target. The best 32 rounds per paper will score. The start position is standing in the shooting box, facing down range, wrist below belt. Handgun is loaded and holstered. On the audible start signal, engage the target with 32 rounds.
I'd go home.
Would that be fun?
No.
Now I
go
kind of
home.
want to do it, though.
Because, like, again,
Can you imagine scoring that? Everyone would have to have their own target.
Oh, yeah. Well, and more shooting, more better sounds good until you take it to its logical extreme. Because I did a 79 round required course of fire at a multi-gun match in July of 2020.
When ammo was scarce and expensive? That's a great idea.
It was literally called "I will never financially recover from this."
Oh my God, what an asshole!
Yeah, and it was the only time I looked at a stage and gone, I'm going to leave.
Give me the DNF.
Right? No, me and Joel were literally going to quit it, and then I got convinced to do it, and I just fucked around on it. But like, more bullets isn't always better. And if you've ever run into a stage where you recognize that the match director is just shoving targets there, or the stage designer is just shoving targets to increase the round count, you're like, this is dumb. Like,
now, to fat guy with a gun's point, I wouldn't want to shoot a match of all 8-round courses. That would be dumb too.
I'll shoot a match of all 18-round courses.
18
or 16-round courses.
Well, and what is the IDPA
16.
limit? It's 16?
Because I'm quoting the IDPA cleanup match because that was one of the most fun matches I've ever shot, and every stage was sub 20 rounds.
Yeah. But to his point, though, like when I was talking about 8-round stages, I wasn't talking about your average dumb 8-round stage. I'm talking about cool ones. Like one that has... I mean, an 8-round stage can be really complicated. You could have 2 swingers, there's 4 rounds, and then you have 4 poppers, or you've got a swinger and a bobber. You know, I mean, you could do all kinds of crazy shit. You could have 3 activators and 2 poppers activating 3 activators.
Right. It tends to be you need activators to make it interesting. There
doesn't have to, but it does.
It's hard without them.
Yeah.
But you can also, again, if you're doubling up the bay, you can literally set one up kind of towards the, like, I'm going to say the back of the bay, and then set one up towards the front of the bay. And you could have 2 8-round courses or 2 10-round courses or whatever that you get 20 rounds in the bay. You shoot the first one and, stay hot and go forward while your RO scores the back one and you shoot the front one. Like, it could still be efficient and like give you different looks without it being just like shooting for shooting's sake.
Yeah. Whenever I see a double stack target, I'm like, this is just to appease somebody who wants more bullets.
No, so double stacks I don't have a ton of problem with. I have a problem with the cloverleaf.
Oh, when there's 4 on one stand.
Yep.
Yeah, that's some 8-rounders can be super simple and really challenging. Like there was one at Cornhusker one year where you had to back up and not plug a no-shoot. There was like 2 targets. You started down range, you had to back up while you were shooting, or else you were giving away time. You couldn't just shoot it and run backwards, because then you had to move around an 8-foot wall. Or no, it was just, that was my stage, because I took that stage and then I added an 8-foot wall in the middle, so it required more movement.
Yeah, ours was one 8-foot wall. You started at the front of it, and I think like we put another 8-foot wall extending out so you can't go around the front, and it was a double stack that I think required 4 rounds each with a no shoot in the middle.
Yep.
And I remember that because it's the first and only stage I've ever beat Ben Steger on.
Me too.
Because he plugged a no shoot.
He popped a no shoot on that stage.
And the one bad thing about like an 8-round stage is there isn't a lot of differentiation. Like
No, but you can die on one.
You can.
It can hurt you pretty bad.
It can, but if everyone kind of does the thing they're supposed to do, you're not going to have more than like a 10 or 15% differentiation.
If it's only 40 points, you're not. I mean, you could lose the match on it, but if you just shoot it steady, you're not going to lose it by not coming in first.
Ben pulled me aside one day, or at the Iowa section that he shot one time, and because I tried to burn down this like 40-round course of fire, and he goes, "You don't win on these stages, you lose the match on these stages." And he's like, shoot them conservative, clean, and consistent. You make up the difference on the long stages. And I was like, oh, and that helped me understand hit factor scoring a lot better.
I'm going to be honest, I miss seeing video of him shooting matches.
I would really like him to.
Yeah. What was I about to say? Shit. Oh, he was of all the people that have ever won a world title, he's one of the most boring shooters to watch. He does not look sexy when he's shooting. Correct. He's not crazy fast. I mean, he's fast, don't get me wrong. And he can go really fast if he wants to, but I think he won nationals one year without winning a single stage.
Yeah.
He
just brings that consistency.
Just like hyper consistent. I'm going to shoot as good as I need to, as good as I have to on the stage to have most of the stage points. I don't need all the stage points, but I need most of them. I mean,
I remember ROing him on a stage, and he went all alphas on like a 28 round course, and still had the fastest time. It was insane. Like he is amazing to watch, and I've asked Joel before. I'm like, hey, Cornhusker is hit factor. Like if he wants to shoot a match, he should come down and shoot our match. He's like, oh, he's busy teaching or whatever. And so like, I mean, not to get into USPSA drama, but there's a part of me that's like, yeah, you guys should totally reinstate him. But there's the other part of me that's like, if you reinstated him, would he actually shoot a match?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll say right now, since you brought it up, I'm in favor of that. So,
yeah,
I can't do it by myself, but I'm in favor of that 100%. Let's see another thing from the Reddit. Let me click the back button, and this one was about: is shooting a dot more fun than shooting irons?
It is.
There's little doubt that dots are faster and more accurate than irons, but when considering purely the enjoyment of shooting, are they more fun than irons? Well, this is like asking, is having sex more fun than jerking off? Both of them are fun, but I definitely prefer one over the other. And I'm talking about the dot. Definitely. Yeah. I still enjoy shooting iron sights. But the older I get, the older my eyes get, the iron sights matter more. They really do.
Yeah.
I'm finding the black rear is harder for me to shoot than it used to be. I used to wildly prefer a solid black rear and a fiber optic front. Now, it's like I completely lose the rear when I'm shooting irons. It could also be because I rarely shoot irons, possibly. but I don't know. It's fun. Like my buddy Tyler, the guy that was on with us for the Silencer episode,
Yep.
he started shooting a dot this year, and he's like, "Oh my god, this is awesome."
Playing on easy mode is fun.
Yeah,
And,
no,
like-
it's Call of Duty on easy mode.
Right. And like,
Well, wait, it's easy mode after you learn to find it immediately.
right. And there's easy mode is a bad way to phrase it, because like there's still a skill set to it. And there's still a challenge to it, but
It's simpler.
it's simpler, and the simple fun of like red dot on thing, pull trigger. And my one question would be, if they did a high cap irons 9mm minor division, what the like if there would be a difference, because I really think that carry optics exploded because high cap and 9mm. I think the dot was like, oh yeah, we also have a dot, and then the dot became more popular.
I think the capacity. I think the dot kept people away for a while. Honestly,
the dot kept people away for a while, and the 10 rounds kept people away. But when
the 10 rounds didn't last very long, though. That was not very long lived.
It lasted a year, or
Like it was the very first year of the provisional.
right? And so it's one of those things that like I'd be interested to see. Well, hit factor rules kind of allow it that you can have a high cap 9mm, and you can still make major with it if you want.
Is that in the iron sight divisions?
Yep.
Including like the production irons?
No, so enhanced irons, which is
You
basically
can shoot major.
You can shoot 9mm major.
Okay.
That was one of Todd's things, and so, I think the high cap and 9mm made the division super fun, and then people were like, "Oh, these dots are kind of cool." Like this is, and the dots started working pretty well. It's fun. Like going fast is fun. Like driving an F1 car around a track, or driving like a supercar around a track, it's easier than driving your Honda around the track, and it's more fun because it's more awesome.
Yeah. And like his question is, I mean, it's purely the enjoyment of shooting. Well, it depends on what you find enjoyable.
Yeah.
I find hitting targets that are reasonably large as fast as I can the most enjoyable type of shooting.
Right.
Hitting a steel plate at 1,000 yards would be cool if I could do it, but I've shot long range stuff, and as soon as I hit it 2 or 3 times in a row, I'm like, I'm bored.
Correct. 100%.
I did it. I can do it.
I'm in the same boat as you. Or if you're a one-handed, hand in pocket
Bullseye.
45 bullseye shooter, like, okay, cool. I don't have the focus for that or the patience. So fun is in the eye of the beholder.
It really is.
I think dots are more fun personally.
Yes.
But if you enjoy iron sights, go be the
Go
weirdo
be
that-
happy.
Right.
Go
be
be
the weirdo
happy.
that enjoys iron sights, Austin. It's okay.
Yeah. Austin, you could spend a little bit of money and get your gun cut by Vince. Drink or shot. Stonebridge Gunworks. He can cut your Shadow 2 for you, and then you can put a dot on it, and then you'll be more happy.
Right. And get a Hollow Sun. They're cheap as shit.
They're cheaper, and I can get them even cheaper. So, FYI. I should do a... Well, I mean, I can't advertise the price, but because there's a map price on them, but I can get them. We could do a show buy, or like a Patreon buy. How about maybe not. Then that becomes sort of a membership thing.
Right.
I don't want to be the Costco of optics. Anyway, so I think we've done enough damage there, don't you? Okay. Yeah, because we have 2 more shows to record tonight.
Yeah.
He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show.